Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. I hope you're well, and my name is Nick. This isn't a game review, this is a little bit different to normal. I've been thinking recently, we're all sort of like into retro gaming, aren't we? And me most notably the ZX Spectrum, 'cause that's a computer I owned back in the day. You might be Commodore 64 or Amiga, but wherever you started off. I got to thinking, with Christmas coming up, how relevant are these systems now? Coming into the Christmas period. Now, so if you want to buy something ZX Spectrum, let's start there. What basically is it? Well, there's my searches there. Yeah, there we go. That says a bit about me, Batman. And let's forget about that. So I've come to the largest probably shopping site on the internet, Amazon. So let's type in ZX Spectrum. And let's see what's there if you want to buy something ZX Spectrum as a gift or for yourself. Okay, so what's going to come up? The first thing that comes up is not really a ZX Spectrum thing. It's Amazon's choice. It's the Commodore 64 Mini. Now that's a good bit of kit. $44.99, that isn't too bad. Whenever I look at these, I think of the alternative of emulation. But if you had a Commodore 64 back in the day, a Mini one isn't a bad piece of kit. It's not saying I would buy, although I've reviewed some Commodore 64 games on the channel. I never actually owned that system, so my nostalgia for that is quite low. I expect there'll be a Spectrum Mini or something like that round here, or is there? We'll soon find out. There's quite a lot of paperback books you can buy. There's a Sinclair ZX Spectrum Visual Compendium, 4.5 stars out of 5. 1671 though, looks like that's been sold on the marketplace. The recreated Sinclair ZX Spectrum iOS. I don't know a great deal about that, but it's the rubber keyboard. And now we start going a bit to infamy now. It's the Sinclair ZX Spectrum Vega console. Completely different, of course, from the terrible Indiegogo campaign, which is the ZX Spectrum Vega Plus, which never actually come out. Let's click on that. Now, with Amazon, I'm always whenever I want to buy something, I'm put off by the 1 stars. But the Vega console, I never really understood it at the time, because it isn't really a recreation of the ZX Spectrum, as you can see. There's just the a mini Spectrum, so to speak, like a controller. It doesn't work particularly well. It's got 4 buttons one side and 4 red buttons. I understand that it was quite stiff, but the idea was it plugged into a television. You got 1,000 games, although they wasn't the best known games there, and you can play the ZX Spectrum. And I think emulation was a lot better. There's quite a few games missing. There's quite good reviews here, but as I say, a few 1 stars as well. This system is not good, just a few buttons, not good joypad. See, that was the problem. I think there's a few text adventures on there as well, which isn't particularly good. And you say, look, 16% 1 star stuff. The system is not good, as that says. Awful pad, very bad emulation. Android does a better job, you know. So it fed into the nostalgia world, but it's something I would avoid. Well, having said that, at least if you paid for it, £299 there, that's ridiculous. But at least if you paid for it, you actually did get it. The Spectrum Vega Plus, which you won't see on Amazon, was Indiegogo funded, where you'd have a handheld console, which did look like a good piece of kit, but it was never going to come out. And I think a lot of people lost money or they got conned, and it was never going to happen in the first place. So that was a bit of a shame. The retro community are nostalgia is a big thing, and if you back something like that, a lot of trust is involved. But there's been so many failed projects. At the moment, I hope the Atari VCS is good, but there's nothing good coming out of that at all, so we'll see what goes on there. But back to the Spectrum, the Compendium of ZX Spectrum Games Volume 1, $16.99. They're all quite expensive, this, but I suppose it looked good on your shelf. The ZX Spectrum Plus 2, yeah, but I don't think you can buy that. Anyway, it's here. ZX Spectrum for connected TV, not quite sure what that is. It looks like a game there. Florin's ZX Spectrum Hall of Games. Oh, it's a book. $14.99. 1 rating, 4 stars out of 5. Now, you know, if you back this Atari VCS thing, there's a retro handheld console there for $24.99. At least you'd have that immediately, so maybe that'd be a bit better. But you know, just getting a box of Atari on the front, you hope. ZX Spectrum computer, £299. That's a sponsored thing, so forget about that. And that's a cable which I sort of like remember from my PlayStation 3 days to get to the television set. Better late than never. Andy Green pixel art, $32.99. Cool. I hope that's good for that money. So you can get quite a lot of books, can't you, really? If you're trying to buy a present for someone that's into the ZX Spectrum or 8-bit computing, there seems to be quite a lot of books you can buy. That's the Kindle edition. Now this is nothing to do with the Spectrum. I've never heard of this. The Retro Bit Super Retro Trio 3-in-1. What the hell is that? Let's click on that. Seems to get some good ratings. Currently unavailable. Okay. Yeah. What does it do? Compatible with NES, SNES, Genesis, Mega Drive games. Looks like it can play quite a lot of different games there. Don't know, I've never heard of that. Have you heard of this thing? Currently unavailable. Released 15th December 2014. I must have been asleep that day, maybe. Yes. Well, these people love it. They look, yeah. This system allows me to test play Mega Drive games. Yeah, okay. Right. As I'm a sucker for the 1 stars, because it just seem like 1 in 10. Avoid at all costs. This console only allows you to play only a few games, depending on which one you want to use. Doesn't work with any Mega Drive games. Yeah. Don't buy this one. Well, some people are always going to have problems with it. Let's show a balanced review. 3 stars. Great that plays all my old games. Not problem there. A bit cheaply made, but it does make... the switch that goes between consoles is a bit temperamental. Okay, so it looks like it's an interesting thing, but not really one to sink any coinage into. The Retro Bit Super Retro Trio 3-in-1 console, red and black. Right, I don't think you're going to see that again. Might have been a limited run. Another book there, How to Design a Microcomputer. And this is the sort of thing I was expecting, like the mugs with the zxspectrum round the side. I've got like a Manic Miner one. Basically, when you look at it, it's all like blank. I don't know if that's still for sale. When you put hot liquid in there, the picture, like a heat transference, lights up, and it's a level of Manic Miner. That's a bit lazy. zxspectrum just printed on a t-shirt, Cloud 7. Looks okay, it's quite retro, but, you know, quite obvious. It's not the best thing to put on a t-shirt. There's the Atari Flashback 7 there, another alternative if you're waiting for VCS and much reliable. Checkered Flag, that's a great game that. I reviewed it at £1.56. Who's selling it for that? It's quite a good game there, very, very retro. You go around a number of tracks to get the best time. Square wheels, choice of 3 cars, it's good. And I don't know why you'd put it in a picture frame to put on the wall. If you had that tape, probably best to play it. What's going on there? Interesting, £20. You can get the actual cassette itself for £1.56, or you can get it in a frame for £20. I know what I would do. Only one left in stock. Well, I suppose it'd be a sort of good gift for a retro person. Bung that on the wall. If you had a games room, I suppose that'd be quite cool, although quite expensive. There's the Vega console again with its 1,000 built-in games with its dodgy controller. Great games A to Z. So there's quite a few pages here. There's the Genesis. I don't think it's the Genesis Mini, is it? I know it's a portable 80 games. Image not available. A motherboard chopping board. I don't know what that's a motherboard of. More t-shirts. Rinse zxspectrum t-shirt. What the hell is that? Sinclair zxspectrum gaming console. Unisex kids hooded cloak for Halloween. No kid would choose to dress up as a zxspectrum for Halloween. I've got to click on that. $23.99, $8.99 delivery. What the hell? Oh my god. What's going on here? That is ridiculous. Now, no kid is going to choose to dress up as a zxspectrum at Halloween. That must be really pushy parents. In particular, the dad, probably. Oh my goodness. Imagine if you was a kid going to a Halloween party dressed up in that. Oh my god. If you own one of these, let me know. Let's check out the reviews. Be the first to review it, Rowan. No one to my knowledge has bought that cape. If they have done, they haven't left a review. That's the most ridiculous thing I've seen so far. God. There's the Commodore 64 Mini again. Why is it £109 there? Why is that? Is that a more advanced version? It was £45, wasn't it? Or £44 above there. Attic Attack. One of my favourite games of all time. 20 quid, well, you know, probably best to emulate it. But I've got that tape in the loft somewhere. That's pretty special. And I'm glad I can see Nightlaw there. Now, this game was very, very tricky by Ultimate. One of the first 3D, revolutionary 3D games. But the artwork on these was so spectacular. It really placed a lot of memories as a kid. I spent probably much time looking at the box that I did actually play in the game. So good to see that on Amazon. £10.25 you can get that for used. I think that's quite a good bargain for that. Good bit of retro history. zxspectrum Plus 3, currently unavailable. 1999, another hardware book. So, video game development, The Rock and Roll Years, My Life in Pixels by Sean McClure. $7.99, well that's getting more reasonable, isn't it? $7.99, it's got good ratings as well. Yeah, there we go. The Micro Kids. Let's have a look further down. A Guide to ZX Spectrum Games 82-84, one of my favourite eras. It's Ultimate, and games were just getting a little bit more, well, from the ZX81, wasn't it? It's the rubber keyboard era. Great times there. More games there. Dizzy's Fantastic World 287. These are quite cheap. I'm not a great fan of that poster. Why is that picture so long? And this is more like it. Sinclair ZX Spectrum Deluxe Gift Box Set, although it is currently unavailable. You get an overnight bag, a hot drinks mug, a key ring, lots of stuff there. So, you know, if that was available, that'd be a great present to buy someone. So the Spectrum is super like relevant. Another hoodie, but with the ZX Spectrum printed on, and I think they could have thought so much better there. The ZX Spectrum had quite a lot of cool characters. Instead of having the keyboard, have something a bit more inventive. Maybe like a Jet Set Willy or Manic Miner as a character along the front or down the bottom. Horace jumping across, or a game like Commando. Very lazy thing to put there. It does say Spectrum, of course, but it's just a little bit boring for me. $29.95. Okay, it might be a safe present if you ordered the right size for someone. Specky Nation. I don't know what that woman's hat's doing there. If someone's into Spectrum, maybe they'd like a hat with a black rose on the side. The Ballad of Matthew Smith. He wrote Manic Miner. Not very good ratings there. Well, Manic Miner's a great game. That books hasn't got very ones. Not sure how further we'll go down on this, but you can search this yourself on Amazon or any other site. I suppose other sites are available. I can't immediately think of them. £18 for that, and that's just volume 1. There's that, well, I think it's a quick shot joystick, isn't it? I broke quite a few of those on Daily Thompson Decathlon. It wasn't really designed for wiggling at all. I don't know why I did. Joystick interface, Angry Invaders, well, who knows what that is. ZX Spectrum book, Kindle edition, Hacker. There's another tape there, 1998. Last Duel, well, that's a terrible game. That's probably best left on the wall than actually playing as a game. Yeah. 1990, they're a bit steep those, perhaps they're a nice quality frame. A ZX Spectrum or a Commodore 64 book, 30th anniversary special. There's a PS2 controller, that's no place in retro. Make a chip, what's that? No, it's currently unavailable anyway. Now, I never understand this. Let's click on this, right? The PlayStation 4, you can get various vinyl wraps which stick on the casing to make it look completely different. So you get leopard print or Avengers, if that's what you're into. But why? I think they're two separate things. Why would you put a ZX Spectrum skin on a PlayStation 4? I mean, it's either retro or it isn't. That's like putting, I don't know, a gramophone skin on an iPod or something. But I don't really understand what is going on here. Yeah, it's available from a number of sellers, so some people might like it as a bit of fun. No ratings. If you're one of these people, let me know, but I do not understand that at all. I can understand putting a different colour in it, but why put an old thing over a new thing? Keep the two separate. Unless there's a ZX Spectrum PlayStation about that I don't know about. There's a nice lazy boy women's long or lady boy dress. What's that doing here? I don't know. It turned up in the search. That looks quite cool. I still like that and don't like that. Always use a rubber ZX Spectrum. Okay, it's a nice hoodie. It expands the keyboard there, so I think that's cooler than just the straight one. Jet Set Willy. The Ultimate Guide. Quick Snacks, that's a good game. Fluorescent rubber keyboard mat for ZX Spectrum. That's quite interesting. $14.99 if you have one already. And we're pretty much, Kung Fu 2. Oh god, the first one was good. Second one not so great in my opinion. There's the original basic thing that come with the computer. My one had a brown cover. I suppose it's the same sort of thing. A few like programming things you can do as well. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. There's Kong there. More tapes. Grange Hill. Now, I have reviewed that game, if you want to have a look at it. You control a couple of characters, well, one like Gonch and his friend, and they have to rescue his, I don't know, Walkman or do various other things. Green Z, see, that's logo's better. The rainbow logo with ZX Spectrum. There's the same thing again. Alien Destroyer, a game I haven't come across. Nick, add that to the list. It's on Amazon, so there we go. Grange Hill again, £20 for that. I think we're repeating stuff. Has it actually gone to the next page? Alien Destroyer again. I think we're going round in circles. There's a cup there. Black mug. It's not as good as my Manic Miner one, I'll tell you that much. Game over. Game over, boy. Game over. And I think, I don't know where the volume come up there. Yeah, I think we'll leave that there. So, in essence, what's that? A waterproof polyester fabric shower curtain. That would be quite amazing. It looks in situ. It would look absolutely stupid, but I do like seeing that there. So you know, in conclusion, then, if you're what was the first question? Yeah, is the ZX Spectrum still relevant to today's market? So if someone's into ZX Spectrum, could you actually buy them a gift? The answer is yes. Looks like mainly books, and get a few games there. The consoles don't seem to be there. If you're a PlayStation owner and a bit of a fool, you can put a vinyl wrap of a ZX Spectrum there. So well worth having a look if you've got to get a gift for anyone who's hard to buy for. So I hope you liked having a look at that video. As I say, a little bit different to usual. And until next time, got any comments about this or anything similar, then put that below. But till next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.